Now then, we are the Don't Tell Show. We make and review realist cinema. We put up a new video every Monday, so if that sounds like your sort of thing, then hit the subscribe button and we'll see you there. I Wish I Were in Polynesia is a 2021 fly-on-the-wall drama directed by Joshua Morrison. It follows a day in the life of Henry Sturt as he goes to work, returns from work, goes to sleep, goes to work, returns from work, goes to sleep, goes to work, returns from hope, has no hope, returns from work, goes to sleep. You get the picture. Much like a handful of the most recent folk filmmaking feature films, this film has a sort of suffocating fly-on-the-wall normalness to it. Direct from the Chantal Akerman School of Cinema, though this one's in my country so a little more familiar to me.
I don't want to go to work.
But this one has an edge to it, an almost split personality where this sort of the objective and the subjective are at war with each other, and sometimes the fly on the wall takes off and buzzes all up in Henry's grill. Then suddenly we find ourselves as a participant, not just an observer, and we're caught in a constant to and fro of
De loin en loin, dit la haine.
that feels foreign to me, specifically French actually, as we get this sort of eternal monologue that's externalised in a Godardian way, that could be construed as a sort of break from the realism that has been set up, or a sort of stylish embellishment. But trust me, if you go down to North End in Portsmouth on any day, you will see people walking around talking to themselves like this, and no one will bat an eyelid. And it doesn't happen where I live, but when I moved down there, I would see it all the time, and I would be looking around concerned, no one would notice. There was one guy who was just walking down the street one time going, 1952, 1952, 1952. And it felt like that was an area where people had gone to university and just partied too hard and taken one too many mitsies and then just woken up in the North End 5 years later with no degree and no prospects. I don't know if that's true or not, but so there are just some areas that seem to just collect lost souls.
Sign on? I can't sign on. I haven't got a disability. What am I supposed to do?
All disconnected and veering like this camera work. That suddenly feels like an out-of-body experience, especially when mixed with this sort of jamming immediacy of the soundtrack. Everything's on edge all the time. This sort of disembodied feeling that reminded me of a dream I had once that was like an alternate version of the film Moon, where Sam Rockwell was attached to a ship that was just sort of drifting through space with no captain, and he was floating around on the outside with just an oxygen tube connecting it to him like an umbilical cord in some sort of fever dream, and these cartoon characters were dancing over World War II footage inside his helmet. Both the dream and this film have this sort of feeling that at any point that connection could be lost and we will just drift off into darkness forever. But then reality returns, and sometimes that's just as horrific. So I Wish I Were in Polynesia. It's a film that dares to experiment stylistically to really give you an experience and to leave a mark on your mind, when it does. As usual, the link will be in the description. Please check it out. If you do check it out, tell them we sent you. We are the Don't Tell Show, and we'll see you next Monday.